Hello, good evening, or whenever you find this, really. So, welcome. Happy January 3rd. And today we're going to be reading about the Personology Guide for those born on this day. So, happy birthday if you were born on this day. Or maybe you're here because you want to learn about someone who's important to you. But we're going to be reading from The Secret Languages of Birthdays, your complete personology guide for each day of the year by Gary Goldschneider and Juiced Elfers. So, January 3, people. The day of total involvement. Okay. Once a January 3 person commits to a person or project, they are in 100%. Their involvement with practicality and let's try again. Their involvement with practically any activity they take on is total, and rarely or ever will they seek to back out or quit. This can create problems for them and for those with whom they are involved when things are not working out. And those born on this day can often or will not acknowledge such a failure. They often cannot or will not acknowledge such a failure. When things are going well, they are the most reliable individuals to have on the job, watchful, diligent, devoted. They do not get bored with even the simplest tasks, primarily because they have a strong sense of duty. Those born on this day will not shirk their responsibilities because they know that to do so is just to dump their work on someone else, and this will not do. January 3 people are both persuasive and stubborn. Consequently, those who wish to back out of an arrangement with them may find it difficult or near impossible to just walk away. The January 3 people are capable of bringing enormous pressure to bear on others to get them to do their bidding. They may use secretive means to subtly tighten the screws, or perhaps humor, or even outright seduction, since they know what people like. Yet in business matters, they will rarely be accused of taking advantage of others for their private ends, since their sense of fealty to their organization or cause is beyond reproach. Hey, that way, welcome and good to see you again today. Happy 3rd. January 3 people do not mind being in the line of fire. They can turn aggressive when challenged, but otherwise avoid confrontations and, in general, appear polite and well-mannered. Their sophistication is of the charming variety, as it is composed not merely of knowledge and refinement, but also has a measure of street sense in it as well. Raconteurs, aficionados of the good things of life, those born on this day display a strong earthy quality. Generally, they give the choice to the other person whether things get done pleasantly or unpleasantly, but get done they will. Because of their persuasive powers and strong willfulness, January 3 people can be overbearing and impossible in certain situations. The frustration of those involved with them can bounce off the scale, and simmering angers can boil over on both sides. But in fact, it is more often the temper of the other party which is lost. January 3 people are highly controlled, which is part of the reason they win out in most confrontations. A familiar ploy is for them to appear to give up, while all the while marshaling their forces to return to battle for a better day, or on a better day. In reality, they never give up on a matter which deeply concerns them. January 3 people must beware of surrounding too much of their individuality, or surrendering. January 3 people must beware of surrendering too much of their individuality to group endeavors. They should seek a profession in which they are able to put their personal stamp on whatever they do and balance individual freedom with duty in an appropriate ratio. Spiritual goals should not be left out of the equation or sacrificed in the name of getting the job done. Okay, so numbers and planets. Those born on the 3rd of the month are ruled by the number 3 and by the planet Jupiter. Those ruled by the number 3 tend to rise to high positions in their sphere and can be dictatorial when they get there. Since Saturn rules Capricorn, January 3 people know how to put limitations on themselves and rarely fall victim to unrealistic Juniperian Is that how you say that? Juniperian optimism. The mutual influence of Jupiter and Saturn lends ambition, but also honor and trustworthiness to their efforts. Those ruled by the number 3 value their independence and can do very well for themselves in business, but unfortunately, many January 3 people get stuck in company jobs due to their dedication and abundance of loyalty. It's interesting, though, like the dynamic between Jupiter and Saturn, sometimes likened to the devil and Jesus. Juicy. Tarot. The third card of the major arcana is the Empress, symbolizing creative intelligence. She is the perfect woman, the ultra-feminine Mother Earth nurturer who embodies our dreams, hopes, and aspirations. This card represents positive traits of charm, grace, and unconditional love, but also negative traits of vanity and affectation. Of vanity and affectation, as well as an intolerance for imperfection. Her steadfast qualities are often exemplified in January 3 people who, as mentioned above, make faithful friends and loyal family members. Health. Those born on January 3 are sensible enough to schedule regular dental and medical checkups for themselves, yet too often they are ready to sacrifice their health and well-being for their work. Consequently, it is important that from an early age, habits promoting a nourishing diet, personal hygiene, and regular sleep become ingrained. Strenuous physical exercise, not excluding competitive team or one-on-one sports, is highly recommended for those born on this day. January 3 people should brave the skin disorders and allergies. Oh, not brave. It says beware. January 3 people should beware of skin disorders and allergies of all types. So, advice for those born on this day: you don't always have to win. Being invulnerable doesn't make you well liked. Don't expect everyone to be as committed as you are. Recognize and respect differences. Your meditation is: to desire without any wish for attachment is a high aim. Those are good words, right? To desire without any wish for attachment is a high aim. That feels like Buddhism. So, right. Okay. So January 3 people, you are a Capricorn 2, first day of Capricorn 2. And you're a cardinal sign and you are an earth sign. Born on this day, Marcus Tullius Cicero, a Roman orator and writer. J.R.R. Tolkien, British linguist, scholar, writer, and Lord of the Rings. Sir Richard Arkwright, British cotton spinning machine inventor, industrialist. Mel Gibson, Australian film actor. Sergio Leone, Italian film director. Spaghetti westerns, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Once Upon a Time in the West. John Sturges, a film director, The Magnificent Seven, The Great Escape, producer. Pola Negri, a Polish film actress. George Martin, British arranger, pianist, Beatles producer, A&R record executive. Bobby Hull, hockey left wing, 3-time NHL scoring leader, 2-time MPV, and 10-time All-NHL. Zazu Pitts, a comic actress. Ray Milland, film actor. Stephen Stills, a singer and songwriter and guitarist. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Buffalo Springfield. Cheryl Miller, a basketball player, 3-time College Player of the Year, led U.S. team to Olympic gold medal. Victor Borge, a Danish comic pianist. Thank you. That sounds like fun, though. A comic pianist. Dorothy Arzner, a film director. Dance Girl, Dance. Herbie Nichols, jazz pianist and composer. Joseph Damien, a Belgian Catholic missionary. Molokai leper colony and died of leprosy. Wow. Barbara Nanning, Dutch ceramic sculptor. Dabney Coleman, a TV actor. Dabney, I don't think I ever heard that name. And then Victoria Principal, TV and film actress. So your strengths, born on this day, are that you're trustworthy, service-oriented, and devoted. Your weaknesses can be that you're stubborn, secretive, and maddening. Awesome-o. Okay, let's pull a card. We're going to pull one card for a January 3 peoples. And today we're using the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And the artwork is Danielle Noel. One card. All right, let's get a card. One card for January 3. Well, dang, we're going to take the first card down. The Cosmic Heart. This one comes out often. This is great. Wow, look at this. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Wow, especially after just reading everything about January 3 people being so full of loyalty and devotion. That's really cool. So, one of your strengths, eh? The Cosmic Heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving picture. Let's take a look. Excellent. So my first notions when I see this card, I'm feeling this like self-devotion, this devotion that's like radiating out from your heart. And it's almost being like, I don't know, like maybe it's like a symbiotic back and forth relationship between you and your guides, because then we've got this like this blue glowing light that's behind you. It's almost like illuminating you, but also maybe like working through you to this part where your body is. So it's like you're powered by this cosmic energy that is a force to be reckoned with, something for you to come to terms with, and then learning how to transmute that into your daily life and make it your own moving picture. Your prayer. Oh, wow, it says prayer. I wonder if I said that right earlier. So also we've got roses and maybe peonies. And then also a bit of like this sort of sepia tone, black and white, like mist that's on the outside, almost like coming to life with the truth that's within you. So with this cosmic heart, it feels like you're being called to bring this devotion towards your calling forward. And it's like you already are this, it's like you came into the earth on this day with these, certain tendencies. And also, I mean, even though you're born on this day in this personology guide, if you're interested, you can look into your chart, because Capricorn 2 won't be your only influence. There's, so many all the planets were a certain place when you were born, and having a different influence that was coming into the earth at that time. That's the idea behind, astrology, right? These 12 pieces up in the heavens, these 12 constellations, and the energy that they're putting into us, and where the planets are at that time, right? So you have this already innate like loyalty and devotion that you are kind of hardwired for. It's a part of just a vein of what you are, to whatever degree that takes place in your own personal, very specific life, right? But you also have like all of this backing force. It's like being able to see the vision. And I'm not really sure what this is on her shoulder, but it almost is like a bird. It's almost like you're mimicking things from the past. And maybe it's something from your past, maybe it's something from your family's past, but it's almost it's giving me the sense of like bringing a feeling of home and family and unity together through whatever your chosen path is. And with devotion and potency, every move that you make, it is it's got a ring of what's the word? Well, not passion, but this prayer, this sense of prayer. It has a sense of holiness to it. That's not the word I'm looking for. There's a sense of knowingness, of rightness. I can't seem to find the word. This moving prayer, that's it's intentional. Every move that you're making is, it's an intentional thing. There's a reason for it. And I mean, as little as brushing your teeth and phone calls you make, and the thoughts that you think, right? You're being guided, and you're in this shawl of protection, and like your heart is bursting out forward. This is exciting, beautiful energy for the beginning of the year. I'm that is my hope. Yes, I want to be here for every day of the year and pull a card for the energy that comes through with that, and whatever that means. I'll read what my energy, my intuition says when I look at these cards, and then I'll read what the book has to say if there's a read that goes along with it. So the last thing that I want to talk about on this card that I'm drawn to is this. It's got another religious tone to it with this thing that she's wearing on top of her head. It reminds me of Amish, and it reminds me of Mennonite. And but this thing that she's wearing, I can't remember what those cool little hats are called, but and they're different, right? Whatever religion it is. It is it's covered in flowers, though. It's like a bloom. It's like a bloom, like right over the very top chakra that you have right here. And these flowers that are around you, that are like off in the distance, we have this other big one out here. It is, it's saying that you have this direct connection to source, and that it lives and breathes right through you, and that you're a conduit for this. And it's gorgeous. Yeah. This flower energy, this growing. There was something I read once that always I thought it affected me. It was really cool. Let's see if I can get across the meaning of it. But it was something like no matter what stage, shoot, yeah, how do you say it? No matter how far a flower has opened, no matter how far along it is in the process of opening to the sun, we still say that it is in bloom. So it could be the first day that it opens it opens its petals, and now it's in bloom, right? And it could be the last day. It could be the last day that it opens its petals, but it's still in bloom. So no matter where you are on your path, you're still blooming, and you shouldn't cut yourself short from that. And you should certainly, it could do you some good to speak or pray to your guides, to your gods. So let's see here, the cosmic heart. Let's find out where you are. And let's see what this has to say about it. 48. Page 48. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. When you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all of life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within, to the intelligence of your own heart, to bow with deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a bit off kilter lately, sensing that the potency of why you're doing things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at the very center of your heart, to get back to the essence of what you're about, to devote your life to what you care most about, to turn your gaze deep, 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 deep. Yeah, man, that's cool. There are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul's seeds and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive rather than what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How can you make your life a moving prayer? Beautiful. And as I was reading that, I was feeling that it's like, look at how it's like that deepening of self, and how like right from behind her with this blue light, you're like being led by universal energy, guides and angels and all of it. So dang, January 3. If that resonates with you, take it with you. Thank you for hanging out with me. And that way, it's so good to see you, man. It makes me feel so happy. So yeah, let's keep it up. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll do the 4th. We'll learn about, the energies that come through on the 4th, on this day, right? We'll pull a card, and we'll hang out a bit. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And thank you to all my guides and all of my angels, and to the universe and God and all the gods and the goddesses. And thank you to YouTube and StreamYard and my family. I love you guys. Mwah. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon.